Hey guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and today's a little bit of an indoor day. I had to wait for the cable guy or satellite guy, and he found that the squirrels had eaten my wires and water had gotten in there, and so yeah, that was fun. Off and on, pretty much mostly off, with no satellite while we were in the second half of our COVID recovery. But let me also touch on that just a little bit. I made it through 11 days of fever, and on the 10th day, they put me on very, very strong antibiotics. And I've still fevered one more day while they were getting into my system and killing whatever it was. And so now I think I have one today and maybe one more day, or just maybe today. I can't remember now. But such a small part of my day. But anyhow, I am feeling much better, but still not ready to go out there and tackle garden stuff yet. My heart is, but my body is not. My lungs obviously aren't quite yet. I mean, they're clear. You can hear them clear, but I am short of breath and just not physically there. So anyhow, this is what I am doing today. And this is making homemade vegetable soup, and it's something I can do and sit down in between. And so I had a lot of beans, green beans from last year that were just sitting in the freezer, and so was a bunch of corn on the cob ears. So I thawed those out, and I have essentially like two not full, completely full bags, but 2 bags of green beans. I had an entire bag of ears of corn, and I just shucked them off. You can kind of see there. I shucked them off the ear. There's some potatoes I did not grow, and then I just picked a couple pounds of carrots outside, and so there's like 3 cups of carrots in here. There's a whole plethora of onion in here. Let's see, I saw celery. I picked about 1.5 pounds of celery, and so I don't know, probably put about 7 stalks of celery in here. I have 4 jars of whole peeled tomatoes. That's what I started my base with, and then I used the immersion blender to make it nice and smooth, because I'm actually running very short on tomato sauce itself. I still have a lot of whole tomatoes left in the pantry. You don't use them as much, but it works out beautifully in a vegetable soup scenario. And let's see, I think there was like 6 cups of water. Oh, a couple bay leaves. So, a couple teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. This all comes out of my Bernardin's, I guess that's the better way to say it, home preserving book. And so I'm really following their recipes, something tried and true. And you always want to go with something tried and true. And oh, I'm about to sneeze on you. I did skip the lima beans. I don't want lima beans in my vegetable soup. And I also think that there's plenty of recipes out there with vegetable beef soup. Again, I didn't want that. I have a lot of, not a lot, but I have a lot of jars of beef stew, and then I have chicken tortilla soup. And so I wanted to make something that was just completely vegetables just for me. Yeah, so it looks really, really good, and that's where I am. And then I'm probably going to have to sit down and take a little rest. By the way, this is my great-grandma from Italy's pot. And I'm very blessed to have one of her pieces from her canning days in my house. And I think of her every time. And I only have very, 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 very vague memories of them, her and her daughters, and probably daughter-in-laws. My mom would go over, and they'd be like canning. I remember jams and jellies, but I'm sure they canned everything. We had fantastic farmers markets in Western New York, and they probably just ordered whatever bushels they wanted of whatever they wanted, and they probably canned away for the whole year. They pretty much everybody in our family that I remember, the lots were rather small. Nobody had farms, but they, you know, like I said, the farmers market more than made up for it. My cousins that are a little bit younger than me, they are now benefiting from that very same farmers market, and I just love it. I wish I could go back up there in Western New York and visit the farmers market, and of course see everybody. But you know, it's a vague memory for me, and I would love to have that fresh in my brain again. So although I have my own garden, which is great too, but so this is what I'm doing today. I probably looks to me like I may need to bring the liquid up a bunch, or at least a little bit more. I need to taste it and everything. It has to come to a boil, and then I'll probably grab down my my, I think it's a Presto canner, and I'm sorry, I have COVID brain. Do you guys know what that is? If you've had COVID, you know what that is. You just can't remember things that you should know, that you've like known all your life or for years, and the high fevers messed with my memory a little bit. So anyhow, I don't know how many quarts that'll make. Actually, I'm going to do it in pints. And so we'll just see whatever it makes, and we'll get it in there. And I'm really glad that I probably grew at least 50% of what's in this vegetable soup. That's nice. And then the other one thing I really want to do, let me bring this kind of over where we have better lighting. But I kind of sketched out, you know, sitting around a lot more. So I sketched out my different gardens. And so I'm going to take a little bit of a head count of what kind of seedlings I have, where and when, the number, I'm going to sketch out what the number of seedlings I have left that I would like to get in the ground, and we're going to see kind of where I need to plug them in. That's something, you know, planning is a great thing that I don't always take the time to do, but I should do, and it's good sit down work for me. And maybe, you know, tomorrow I'll have a little bit more breath, and I can go out there and get like the zinnias, and I got to get the Seminole pumpkins and South Anna butternut squash. I got to get all that in the ground. I know where the butterfly peas are going. They're going on the fence. I think I've mentioned that in a couple of videos, but yeah, just I would like to do a little pre-planning while I'm waiting on the canner. I have, I think, a pretty good long, maybe this is 60 or 75 minute wait time while I'm canning this. I gotta go back and check. What does that say? Oh, well, this book says 55 minutes. Okay, my USDA book said 60 minutes for pints. Anyhow, I just wanted to give you guys a little update, a little hello, how are you doing? And we'll be back out in the garden hopefully very soon. Thank goodness yesterday I tested COVID negative finally. Finally, after a couple of weeks. And my fever broke, and it's been gone 3-4 days now. And I'm thankful for that. And so I'm just getting everything back in order. Been cleaning the house, and that feels good to have some energy. So you guys, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're also canning along with me, you know, on whatever you have excess in your garden, or if maybe you're just preparing because of all the bad news that's going on, and you know, perhaps we'll need to put up extra food. I don't know what the future holds, but God does, and I can trust in Him with everything. So you guys take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.